ask about this Dubois situation and all this quitting stuff and whatever else. Here's the facts. The facts are, young Daniel did his best against one of the greatest champions that's ever been, and it wasn't good enough. He come up short. He got put down twice. What do you want him to do? Die in the ring? There's no first place for getting battered to fucking still losing. The lad did his best. He wasn't going to win the fight. He's better off getting out of there. There's a lot of jealousy in boxing, especially when an individual's making a lot of money. A lot of jealous fighters slagging someone off who did his best and the guts to get in there. There is no cowards in boxing. When you're in that ring fighting world heavyweight champions, there is no cowards. So all the credit deserves to Daniel. He worked his bollocks off from being 8-year-old and fucking won the world title and fought fucking Usyk for the undisputed. Video went off and fought Usyk for the undisputed. And now he's sitting at home, multi-millionaire at 27, to do what the fuck he wants. Daniel, if you ever get to see this, chin up, son. Your dad's proud of you, everybody's proud of you. You've come from a kid to a man to be the world heavyweight champion and box at Wembley in front of 100,000 people. You can't beat that kid. And if you ever want to do any training with a fucking real straight man, come yourself to Morecambe anytime you want, kid. Because there's no jealousy here and there's no fucking people putting others down who do the best. I call them dream crushers and jealous bastards. Exactly, that's what you are. I love the dirty, jealous wankers. Get up, Daniel Dubois. Get up, son.
Those are the words of Tyson Fury, and let me counterpunch. Hey, big up to Tyson Fury for the pep talk to Daniel Dubois, and I think my counterpunch to Tyson Fury, there should be more people like Tyson that gives him encouragement, because you guys remember when Daniel said that he was in a dark place? You know, that was a couple years ago, right? Well, imagine where he was then versus where he is now versus where he was then. Okay. See, if he was in a dark place then, I'm pretty sure he's in a dark place now, maybe. Hopefully not, but maybe he is, because, you know, he had his heart set on knocking out Alexander Usyk. He just did it to Joshua, Hrgovic, Miller, you know, and then why not? You know, that signature win of his career, you know, that put the legacy for his family and everything and everyone around him. You know, he was set on doing it and he came up short, you know, so you don't know where he's at mentally. So pep talks and comments and statements like this, I think, is well needed and well respected and deserved, you know, because again, regardless of the money that he may have or whatever, I don't think that Daniel is in charge of that damn money. I think somebody else is, right? So I don't even think he has the self-gratification to know what it's like to look in that banking account to see all those zeros across the screen or across. He don't have a phone to show him, so he has to go to the bank and, you know, ask for a printout. That's if he can. So I'm saying all that to say this. Maybe it's not money at all that he even desires. Maybe it's just love and, you know, appreciation and positive comments. You know what I'm saying? So, and Tyson Fury did exactly that. And you know, the crazy thing about Tyson, you know, he has all these personalities and all these different views of how and what he says. But then some of those personalities are actually delightful to hear. And, you know, like he said the same thing about Anthony Joshua when Anthony Joshua was beaten. You know, like, hey, you know, you guys need to get off of him. Because I think what Tyson does, he sees a lot of people that has a lot of criticizing statements, rival or not. He sees people getting bullied online. And I think Tyson thinks to himself and like, you know what? They should leave him alone. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the opposite. You know what I mean? I'm going to, you know, in fact, say some words of encouragement, some words of inspiration to whoever, because it's not just Daniel. I mean, it's just Daniel this time, but he's done that before. And surprisingly, these have been people that he, you know, were his rivals that people wanted him to fight, like AJ and others, So, it's like, well, listen, like, hey, give that guy a break. This guy has totally changed his life around and he got millions of dollars and, and a lot of people are talking about him are just jealous and haters anyway. So fuck him, So I do like that about Tyson Fury. And I think that's really underrated when it comes to Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? Because, Tyson could have chose to be a dick and instead he chose to be a stand-up guy. But you guys tell me what you think of the latest post from Tyson Fury to Danny Dubois and words of encouragement. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.